What were we talking about?
Killing an idea.
Oh, yeah.
Is that we have to come up with bombs that kill ideas.
I mean, I feel like you're on this page. Are we going to wipe them out?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying that it is it's an emotional response.
Right.
I'm not on the page.
And that's not a good idea, emotional responses. Let's use this. And
Bill Maher just went off on Stephen Colbert, and he didn't hold back. After reports came out that Colbert might have been fired from CBS over a huge $40 million loss, Maher jumped right in and called it like he saw it. He blamed Colbert's downfall on...
And now the dinosaurs are outside of the theme park. And
I do this for a living, and I'm not sure if I follow you there.
Okay, but they did.
One thing, his obsession with Donald Trump. Maher said Colbert let his show become all about hating Trump, and it ended up pushing away a huge part of the audience. He didn't sugarcoat anything. This wasn't just a hot take, it was a full-on roast. Maher also called out other late-night hosts like Jimmy Kimmel, saying they've all gone too far left and turned comedy into political preaching. He said it's not about being funny anymore, it's about pushing one side, and he kept it real.
All the comics that were supposed to put everybody to bed or whatever it is, they all went bananas left. I mean, Colbert, these guys are terrible. Like, Kimmel to me is just maybe friends with him. I know a lot of people
I love Jimmy.
Yeah, like he's
Colbert and I are not friends.
Yeah, like those guys to me, they're just the worst sort of partisan nonsense. You want everybody.
But the good part of that is we don't hide it. Like, he doesn't like me and I don't like him. And we don't deny it and we don't like it.
No, but he's nothing.
Colbert?
Yeah, he's nothing.
He's also very successful.
No, but he's just giving the machine what it wants all the time. For my differences with you, I totally respect you.
Is well said.
Yeah.
Giving the machine what it wants. I wish I had thought of that phraseology. That's exactly.
Maher admitted he's not friends with Colbert and doesn't pretend otherwise. We don't like each other, and we're honest about it. He said, no fake smiles, no behind-the-scenes drama. Just open dislike. If you've been waiting for someone to say what a lot of people were thinking about late-night TV, losing its edge. This was it. Maher brought the fire, and it looks like he's not done yet. Bill Maher didn't hold back when talking about Stephen Colbert. He said Colbert is just feeding the media machine what it wants, playing it safe and sticking to the script. Maher, while disagreeing with him on many things, said at least he respects real differences. But Colbert, he's all about pleasing the system. Maher missed the days when late-night TV was
because he's stupid, this guy, so he's thinking he's praising, but he's actually undercutting. Again, this is a triple axle, and he always should get.
Dude, that's court jester stuff. That's the stuff the comics are supposed to do.
Right, court jester stuff.
That's the stuff we were supposed to do,
so
right? They've all
right.
become the reverse, though, right? They've all become suck-up.
About making people laugh, not pushing political agendas. He said those shows used to help people relax before bed. Now, they've become echo chambers where every joke is a political jab, and every monologue feels like a lecture. He called out Colbert for giving up comedy to become a cheerleader for the far left. According to Maher, Colbert doesn't make room for different views anymore. Instead of being a comedian who questions power, Colbert became part of the system, just preaching to the progressive choir. Maher also pointed out that although they've been on each other's shows and move in the same circles, they've never been friends. Maher said he's different because he questions both sides. He doesn't blindly follow Democrats, and he doesn't obsess over Trump. That's what makes Maher stand out. He calls out nonsense wherever he sees it. He described Colbert as someone who plays a role on camera, carefully polished and applauded, but lacking in authenticity. In short,
I think I did his show twice. I mean, it just, you could tell it's on screen, and it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's not like we fucking fought each other and like came to blows.
But it's
just
thing.
Like, he's very opposite of me. He's like a married Catholic, and I'm like me, So, but that's okay. We're not alike.
You bring your lawyer to confession.
Right. I don't have Republican gay sex.
Maher said Colbert traded being a real comic for being a political performer, and Maher's not buying it. Bill Maher took aim at Stephen Colbert and didn't hold back. He said everything on Colbert's show, the laughs, the applause, the reactions, is scripted to fit a political message, not real conversation. Maher compared that to his own show, where he often gets booed for telling uncomfortable truths. He said his show challenges people, while Colbert's just tells them what they want to hear. Maher pointed out that Colbert rarely, if ever, lets a truly different opinion be heard on his stage. There's no room for debate, only agreement. And when Maher appeared on Colbert's show and made a sharp joke, the audience laughed, but Colbert acted like he didn't get it, leaving Maher hanging. That wasn't just awkward.
And now the dinosaurs are outside of the theme park.
And I do this for a living, and I'm not sure if I follow you there.
Okay, but they did.
Felt like a deliberate dig. The tension between them has been building for years. They don't like each other, and it shows. Maher still made an effort to be respectful and have real discussions. But he said Colbert prefers to mock, cancel, or ignore anyone who doesn't think the same way. Where Maher wants open debate, Colbert wants to win the argument no matter what. Maher then criticized Colbert's emotional style of commentary. He warned that letting feelings control your thinking leads to bad judgment. Hate can make you ignore someone's good side, just like blind love makes you ignore the flaws. He told Colbert that real maturity means staying calm, thinking clearly, and being fair even when you're biased. Everyone is biased, but not everyone knows how to handle it responsibly. Maher also questioned how someone could be paid $100 million and...
What were we talking about?
Killing an idea.
Oh, yeah.
Is that we have to come up with bombs that kill ideas.
I mean, I feel like you're on this page. Are we going to wipe them out?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying that it's an emotional response.
Right.
I'm not on the page.
And that's not a good idea, emotional responses. Let's use this and not...
Still lose $40 million a year. Hinting at Colbert's rumored CBS losses, he said it's why he doesn't care much about what some shows like The View have to say. Anymore, they've stopped thinking critically and are just echoing what people want to hear. People are starting to see through the polished image of late-night TV, especially when it comes to Stephen Colbert. Despite having a massive $100 million budget for his show, he was reportedly losing $40 to $50 million a year. That's why CBS finally pulled the plug. But some say it wasn't just about money, it was about politics too. Dave Rubin pointed out that Colbert wasn't being paid that kind of money for jokes. He was being paid to say what the media machine wanted. Whether it was dancing to promote.
You're given $100 million, you lose $40 million a year, but why were you given the job? It's why I always say the thing about, I'm not that interested in what the ladies of The View say anymore. I'm not that interested in what the crazy people on MSNBC say anymore. I'm interested in the corporate layer of it. I'm interested in the people that are running the show saying, okay, we'll give you this to do this. Like whether Colbert knows it or not, he was just giving the machine what it wants. Oh, there's a guy who will literally dance to convince people to get a vaccine that doesn't work. We'll give him plenty of money to do it, right? And there's a guy, Brian Stelter, who will say whatever we want, and then people will wake up and his ratings will be horrible, so we'll fire him. And then he'll disappear here and we'll bring him back because not everyone will give the machine what it wants. And there's the inherent problem. That's why going independent really is the only thing that you can do if you're going to be a truly honest player in the space.
A vaccine or ignoring the Hunter Biden laptop story. He did what was expected. And when that stopped working, the network dropped him. Jon Stewart, who helped launch Colbert's career, wasn't happy. He blamed the decision on CBS trying to stay on Donald Trump's good side so they could push through an $8 billion merger. Stewart saw it as betrayal, both corporate and personal. He's loyal to Colbert and viewed this as his friend being silenced for political reasons. Some expected Stewart to take a strong stand, maybe even quit his own show in protest. But instead of stepping away or calling out the network directly, he performed a skit that mocked the situation without making any real statement. Megyn Kelly called him out for this, saying it was all talk, no action. If Stewart truly believes CBS was wrong, she said, he should have resigned. But he didn't. He kept the paycheck and played it safe. Meanwhile,
the fact that CBS didn't try to save their #1 rated network late night franchise that's been on the air for over 3 decades is part of what's making everybody wonder, was this purely financial? Or maybe the path of least resistance for your $8 billion merger?
People on the left are upset about the show ending. Tim Waltz, a failed vice presidential candidate, praised Colbert on social media for telling the truth to power. But for others, that praise says more about how political late-night TV has become. It's less about comedy now, and more about pushing certain ideas, and that shift might be exactly why viewers are tuning out. Most of the people upset about Stephen Colbert being fired are from the left. The right, they're mostly silent hand. That silence says a lot. It shows how far Colbert had moved away from being a comedian and became more of a political voice. Instead of trying to make everyone laugh, he focused on making his side feel good about themselves. But that came at a cost. Comedy is supposed to bring people together, but Colbert ended up pushing people away. His show became more about preaching politics than entertaining. Over the last 5 years, his ratings dropped steadily. That's because people don't tune in to late-night shows to be lectured. They want smart, balanced jokes, not a one-sided political rant. Colbert became too predictable, and in comedy...
There was speculation yesterday in the podcast universe. Bill Simmons had on Matthew Bellany of Puck News, formerly Hollywood Reporter, and they openly wondered whether when Jon Stewart went on the air Monday night, he would quit because he was so outraged over the deep wrong that had been done to his good friend Stephen Colbert, clearly fired over politics. And so there was some anticipation. They both said they were going to watch Stewart live that night to see whether he would quit and make a point that this was deeply immoral, so much so that he would sacrifice the millions and the fame, air quotes, that he's getting from his reappearance on Mondays on The Daily Show. And instead, this is what
That's a deal breaker. If the audience knows where every joke is going before it lands, they'll stop watching. He wasn't challenging both sides, he was only going after one. So, it's no surprise that the people defending him are the ones who agreed with him. The rest had already moved on, long ago. Even actress Jamie Lee Curtis defended him, saying they're trying to silence people, but the truth is, Colbert wasn't silenced. He just stopped doing his actual job, making people laugh. In the end, his fall wasn't just about money or ratings. It was about losing the heart of comedy. He chose politics over punchlines and alienated millions. Real comedians challenge the world. Colbert just repeated what one side wanted to hear, and eventually, the audience left. That wraps up this video. If you liked it, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.